Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. If Scorpio is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Scorpio, and tonight our card is the Emperor. Okay, and let's go ahead and get started and see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. Actually, I'm just gonna take a drink here. My throat. Oh my goodness. My throat just absolutely started to get dry and I don't know, just kind of scratchy there for a second. All right, let's go ahead and see. And so if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so so I feel like you've been having some troubled dreams lately, or somebody in the household, nightmares. Maybe sleepwalking. A lot of it revolves around, I think, concerns of finances. We down here, I see we have, it looks like a bed. We have a fish on the bed. The fish represents resources, abundance, right? We have a person over here who's kind of like looming over the bed. We also have a bird, and then we have another person over here who's kind of reaching out. So I feel like there's almost this sense of like old hag syndrome, which is sleep paralysis, right? This is kind of what happens is when you're going to sleep, or when you have been asleep and you wake up, right? You have this feeling where you can't move. You're becoming quite alert. You can kind of sense what's going on around you in the room. You might even have your eyes open, but you can't move your body, right? And there will often be a sense of dread, being startled. Some people report seeing shadow people. They might see a person kind of standing over them. They want to get away, but they can't move. And what it is you're in a hypnagogic state. You're in between sleep and wakefulness. And your body is in that kind of paralysis that it goes into when we sleep. So we're not up walking around, acting out our dreams. Now, some people do sleepwalk and move around a lot while they're sleeping, right? But ultimately, this state can feel quite terrifying. I think often it can be triggered by, sometimes it is visitations, but disturbed sleep, stress. Right? Or night terrors, this kind of thing. I've had sleep paralysis myself, only when I'm having night terrors. I have CPTSD. So sometimes I do have these bouts of night terrors, and they go on for, sometimes days and weeks, where every time I sleep, I'll have, and usually I'm screaming, unfortunately. That's how it manifests for me, is I scream while I'm sleeping. And sometimes wake up and I'm in the sleep paralysis. Now, this can feel very profound, okay? I mean, it does. It can feel it's something you don't forget, right? You don't forget how this feels. Now, it might not be to the extreme that this is like actually happening, where you're waking up and, but there seems to be some disturbance. Or, listen, this might not be you. This could be somebody in the household. It could even be like your child going through a sleep regression. Oh, sleep regressions. Thankfully, we haven't had those recently with my daughter. But yeah, those are difficult periods of time. I remember when she was like turning 2 around that time. Oh, that was a powerful one. Whole sleep schedule was like all mixed up. But anyways, so yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with something to do with like money issues, worrying about money, trying to figure out how to make more money, what to do with the money you have. That's not a terrible problem to have, right? But I do think that this is something a lot of us are thinking about. Money issues, right? Paying the bills, paying down debt, trying to have some little semblance of savings. So, not alone in these worries. The bird, okay? A real sign that, something on a deeper level maybe needs to be examined. Or, maybe it is something that's very apparent. Why is this happening? Yeah, I know. How can we kind of resolve some of the stress in our waking life? What techniques might be helpful? Mindfulness, breathing exercises, maybe doing some intentional movement around the time before you go to bed, right? I think one of the best cures for insomnia, for having, sleep that where you're tossing and turning and whatever, going on a nice walk after you have dinner, right? In the evening, before you get ready for bed. Maybe you're not on that kind of schedule, but, I'm just, for the sake of this reading, if you're somebody who has dinner, has a little bit of time, comes home, gets ready, goes to bed, right? Sounds like the ideal life. But yes, going on like a long walk or a meandering walk, go around the neighborhood, or go to a park or wherever, go to one of those walking trails, and just go for a stroll, right? Do some movement, breathe some fresh air, get out some of the, pent up energies that kind of linger. And then, when you get home, maybe take a nice shower, rinse off, get ready, go to bed, It might sound like a lot, or maybe it sounds like, oh, that's not going to help me, Lenor. I've tried it all. Well, sometimes it's these really simple things that end up being what is quite helpful, It's worth a try anyways. And I think that it does. Being able to contemplate, be off of the screens for a while, spend some time with yourself or somebody that you love, going on a little stroll, can really kind of calm the soul. Okay. All right. So, oh my goodness. So again, we have a bed, right? We have a person sitting up in the bed, and we have a person at the end of the bed holding 2 things. So now I'm like, yeah, you are having visitations. Yes, this is absolutely something is coming through here. Yeah, somebody or something. An intelligence, possibly. This might be, it might be a beloved, somebody. I'm trying to think. I'm getting in there. I'm trying to see. It feels like a romantic partner that maybe has transitioned, who has passed away. Although it could be a family member. But it's somebody who's beloved. I mean, really beloved. This reminds me very much of Durga or even the Green Tara or Mother Mary, right? This is kind of that rounded goddess form, hands holding things, you know, hands up. Holding, this one looks like it's holding a water vase of some kind. And this one, it does look like it's kind of holding maybe some kind of, I don't know, sword or something. But definitely an energy of bringing life, sustenance, right? Water, the life source. But also, you know, the harvester. Okay, kind of a Demeter kind of energy. Harvesting, bringing abundance, many offerings of resources and things. So I do feel like this is like kind of waking up in the middle of the night, feeling that there's maybe an apparition in the room. Maybe this is within dreams, like a dream within a dream. Maybe this is quite literal, waking up and feeling the presence of something, seeing something. Maybe you're somebody who has, you know, visually inclined abilities, like of clairvoyance or mediumship or whatever. But it feels a little bit startling, but it feels warm, right? Like a very inviting kind of energy. And so, you know, I wonder if it does start with these anxieties, kind of feeling almost like there's something ominous happening or in the room or kind of oppressive or whatever. But maybe going to bed with intention, making appeals for some kind of alleviation of these kind of scary moments or these nightmares, and starting to have a visitation or having a singular visitation from somebody beloved to you, from a goddess or an apparition or intelligence, something that feels like it neutralizes these anxious energies. Okay. And that's, I mean, what a beautiful thing. I want this to happen for me, Scorpio. I hope this is something, you know, prophetic for myself as well. I would love to have these interactions. I just absolutely look forward to when I get into dream cycles that are profound. But then when I start to have visitations or, you know, have these moments where I sense something close to me in those dream states in my most holy sanctuary, which is the bedroom, that is so profoundly moving for me. So I hope that this is also something for me, a little something for me as well. Now we also have a gargoyle down here. Okay, so we have a protector of the home. We have a house spirit, a house god. And so I do feel like in a very profound and consistent way, you are protected. You are looked over. Okay, so maybe this is a good time to do a blessing upon the house. Maybe you need to do a cleansing. This could be quite literal, cleaning up the house, you know, cleaning the floors, mopping, dusting, rearranging some furniture, getting out the old feelings of, you know, stagnant energy, opening the windows, getting fresh air. Now, You know, we hear a lot about smudging, saging, you know, using a clearing bell, this kind of thing. All of that stuff is really helpful. If you believe in it, and it can be very helpful for you, of course. But one of the biggest things that we need to do in our homes, opening the windows, getting fresh air, cycling air in, getting old air out. Okay, living in a place that has air that is thick with debris, that maybe has odors in the house. Listen, I cook a lot, so it's amazing to me. I will go to parts of the house that, especially the rooms at the end of the hallways, like the bedrooms and stuff, I open the door or the door's open. I walk in and the smells get trapped in there. Now, usually I'm like, hey, that smells good. But the point is, in our homes, you know, these scents can get trapped in there. It's important that we continue to change out the air whenever we can. So if it's really hot where you're at, I was just talking to my beloved BFF. She's still in California, where I'm from. They've had some days 100, 105 degrees. And of course, you don't want to open your windows when it's that hot. Unless you're a real champ and you can deal with that heat. But wait till it's late at night. Okay, open your windows when it's late at night, when it's cooler. Now, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it might be pretty chilly. Okay, so do it at the peak of the day when the sun is out. Okay, but get the air cleared out. That helps more than anything in the world. I will tell you what. I know I am the annoying person that comes to visit, like family members and stuff. I will start opening your windows. It's not being rude. Maybe people perceive it as being rude. Or if it's like really dark in a place, you know, I understand. I like the dark. But sometimes people's home, they need a little bit more light to, you know, help move out those energies. And I will come in and start, you know, but I'm mom. I'll start tidying stuff up too, which is terrible, I know, but only with people I truly am close with. You know, I'm just a busy person. And so, you know, I walk in, I start opening windows, I pull back the blinds, I start, you know, rearranging the magazines and, you know, all of that. I just immediately start doing your dishes and, you know, it probably drives some people crazy, but that's okay. They still love me somehow. But yes, I think that this is an important thing. So cleansing the house, doing a blessing, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. I know that people, sometimes you can hire people to come in and do these kinds of things. We can do all these things ourselves as well, right? You don't have to be, you know, a church figure or whatever, to bless a home. What else? I forget. Yeah, so we're cleansing the house, blessing. Oh, yes, protecting. So maybe if you need to put in a statue of some kind, for me, we have frogs and toad statues that represent the protectors of the house, okay? Whatever animal or being represents that for you, maybe putting one by the front door, the back door. Talisman, I keep talisman around each window of the home, each door, even the closets and everything, as these are portals, okay? So sacred talisman to protect the portals of your house, to bless the house, and so on. Now you can be super involved like I am, but I'm superstitious. I keep altars, and I believe in house deities and gods and intelligences. And so I do all these things. Does it need to be done? Who knows? Probably not. But I like the way it makes me feel, and I do like the ritual of it. Now, you could literally just open your windows and pray, or, whatever it looks like for you. But I do think, with the gargoyle, you are protected. You are protected in all the things that you do. And your household is blessed, right? There's something watching out for all of you. And so, be not afraid when these things are occurring. Ultimately there are things that need to kind of maybe be resolved, worked out. The stressors, avoided as much as possible. I know whenever I'm in therapy, whenever I'm having moments of great anxiety, I'm having panic attacks and things like that. What do they tell you? Reduce the stressors in your life. How? How? Tell me how. But yes, it is true. We do. And if we can't get rid of all of those stressors, right? Like for me, I have a 4-year-old. A lot of stress. Can't get rid of her though. Love her. Too much. We implement other techniques to help, like our cleansings, blessings of the house, cleaning things up, getting rid of clutter, doing mindfulness practices, right? Breathing, getting back into intentional movement, like we talked about, taking walks, or whatever's going for a swim, whatever, maybe doing a garden, working in the garden. My fingernails always dirty this time of year. You can see gardening, right? Whatever it is for you, all of these things, absolutely, they won't get rid of the stressors, but they will help mitigate some of the symptoms of the stress, right? And so, what else? We have an umbrella here, but it's closed, okay? So I feel like this is a time where there will be less stuff happening that feels like you need to have that umbrella, like a lot less stuff raining down on you. Okay, so maybe a time of ease in your life where you can kind of just catch your breath. Now we also have the letter T and the number 6, T6, if that means anything to you. Now we also have over here, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 steps coming up. A series of things. Now we also have an arrow flying and a bird. So we have some kind of offerings of love from an outside person. Maybe somebody who is interested in you, maybe you're interested in them. But there will be some kind of flirtation, or maybe very overt, kind of, pronouncement of love towards you. Now, do you love them? I don't know. That is your business. But we do have a dove, peace, a lot of peace in your heart here. And we have, it looks like maybe a frog. So I do feel like there is somebody, I'm hearing the frogs as I'm saying this, calling out to you, maybe this is a beloved. Maybe this is somebody who, maybe you enjoy the flirtation. I don't know. Or maybe this is a courtship or the beginning of a courtship. Maybe this isn't a existing relationship, but you're coming into a place where you are connecting deeply once again, right? All marriages, all long-term relationships, we go through seasons, right? Sometimes we begin to grow apart. We're busy. We're doing different things. Our interests are different. And we have to make time to be together. and that can feel, it can be difficult when you have to schedule time, right? Of course, being spontaneous and all of that it feels wonderful. Now, not everybody has that opportunity all the time, right? I know, for us in our household, shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband, Paul, amazing tarot reader. Go check him out. For us, we sometimes lament the fact that, we have to schedule, we have to make sure, we have to look at our calendar together almost every night to make sure, hey, we have some time together tomorrow. Let's make sure we have at least an hour. Sometimes it's less, right? I like to have at least an hour where it's just us, and that it feels like it sucks sometimes, especially like when that hour is right before bed and everybody's so tired. We're both so tired. But that's just the way life is, and it won't always be like that, but that's the thing. We have to sometimes decide, hey, we're going to make sure that we're keeping this, together. Maybe we're both busy in our own worlds, and we run a business is the big thing. The business and our child. Those are our main things. And so, it just, you have to decide. You have to decide, we're going to keep this relationship going and healthy, and then, when you have those moments of time where there is an abundance of freedom, so that you can choose. When we first met, we dated for a couple years. We didn't live together, but then when we moved in, we spent every moment of our days together. And we were long distance before we moved in together, and we were on the phone all the time. I mean, it was ridiculous. We were like kids, here we are in our, mid to late 30s, and we were on the phone for, I don't even know, 5 or 6 hours a day sometimes, talking. And we even, listen, my husband will probably be like, Lenor, why are you telling the internet this? But we used to sleep on the phone together. That was how ridiculous we were. We would sleep with the phone on. And it was lovely. It was wonderful. But you get busy. You have kids and work and everything else. And I'm blessed because we get to sleep at the same time, and be together and stuff. So that's nice. But you do what you must. You do what you must. I have friends that they work opposite shifts, so they can, they can't afford childcare for all their kids, and some of them aren't in school, so mom or dad works in the day, and then the opposite at night, and they never see each other, and yet they still continue to work on their relationships and find time. And it absolutely, we have to choose each other every day. There's no, we've made this bond and we just have to stay in it. No, I really firmly believe you choose each other every single day. I find that quite romantic. I do, so I don't know, whatever, I'm going on. But this is a bonus reading, so there you go. I do. I still talk about myself in the other readings too. All right. I got to get going here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be late. All right. Scorpio, I love you. I thank you. Did we do it one of these? No, we didn't. Let's do a divine card, or the divine doors card. I'm going to stop here. Ooh, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm running late again. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine sacred reasons. Look, it's about dreaming. Dream grand things for divine and sacred reasons. Yes, turn those scary dreams into something so divine. All right, Scorpio, I love you. I thank you. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps the channel. What's the other things? If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It's free to subscribe, and if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all, and I'm sorry. I forgot. I always forget. I get so wrapped up in these readings. I have to take my daughter to, she's going to horse riding camp. So, gotta get going here. And I think I said it was nighttime when I did this. It's actually early in the morning. So, it feels like night to me. I had to get up at like 4:30 to get going. So, basically feels like night. But I'm gonna get going here. I love you. I thank you. We will talk again in a couple days from now. So take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Good night if you're listening late at night. And we'll talk soon. Bye.